Well, France 24's Clovis Casali is in Rome, where we can join him now. Clovis, I think you're actually among those queuing to file past that coffin and pay their respects. What's the atmosphere there like?
Well, absolutely. There are two queues to lead into St. Peter's Basilica, which is just in front of me. And look, impressive scenes here in Vatican City. People lining up, queuing, and I can tell you the queue goes all around this monastery here. So long hours to wait for these people who've come from around the world here for this special moment, mourning Pope Francis, the late pontiff, and they're waiting, of course, to go and see the wooden coffin of Pope Francis, which is located, and I'll show you, in St. Peter's Basilica. Look at this queue. The people over there will soon be able not to see the coffin, but then go onto St. Peter's Square, and they might be another couple of hours of waiting. Of course, a special moment for people here. I spoke to some who managed to see the coffin, the body of Pope Francis, and he told me what a moving moment it was for them. Of course, they all respected hugely the pontiff, and one word keeps coming up, and that's humble. They saw him as a humble pope, someone who tried to fight for more tolerance, more peace in the world, and also for the less fortunate here. Of course, 1.4 billion Catholics around the world looking at what's happening here in Vatican City. But here you don't only have devout Catholics, you also have visitors, tourists who respected the Pope and who wanted to take part in this unique moment.
Clovis, I gather you were able to speak to one of the cardinals. In fact, one of the cardinals who was quite close to Pope Francis. What did he tell you?
His Eminence Mario Zanari, who's the apostolic nuncio to Syria, cardinal since 2016, very close to the late Pope Francis. And of course, I asked him, how do you remember the Pope? And he said, he was a man full of joy. I saw him last week in his residence of Santa Marta. The cardinal wasn't planning to go and see the Pope. He knew that the Pope was sick, very tired. But apparently, when the Pope heard that Mario Zanari was in the building, he rushed to go and see him and salute him. And he said it was an extremely moving moment for him. I also asked him, what about the conclave? Who will be taking over from Pope Francis? And he said it's very difficult to say. There will surely be surprises, but the moment now is to mourn Pope Francis. And this is why you've got all these people queuing up in outside St. Peter's Square, hoping to get into St. Peter's Basilica, and of course they will, to pay their respects. A special moment for them, and I can tell you there are lots of people who are not queuing, but who are also on St. Peter's Square just to see the Vatican be part of this moment.
Well, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Clovis. Clovis Casali there. And of course, I know we'll be hearing from you, Clovis, throughout the day here on France 24 for more on that story.